Don't be your biggest fan. Don't always be your own inner lawyer. Well, I want to look with you at Psalm 42, and Psalm 42 is about the importance of confronting yourself. Do you confront yourself? Or do you go with you no matter what? Are you your biggest fan? Do you applaud everything you think? Everything you do? Are you defensive when someone questions what you say or what you do? One of the important commitments of faith is to be committed to self-confrontation. Let me read some of Psalm 42 for you. As the deer pants for flowing streams, so pants my soul for you, O God. My soul thirsts for God, for the living God. When shall I come and appear before God? My tears have been my food day and night, while they say to me all day long, where is your God? These things I remember as I pour out my soul, how I go with the throng and lead them in procession to the house of God with glad shouts and songs of praise and multitude keeping festival. Now listen to this. Why are you cast down, O my soul? And why are you in turmoil within me? Hope in God, for I shall again praise him, my salvation and my God. In Psalm 42, we are invited to eavesdrop on a private conversation that the psalmist is having to himself. And he's saying to himself, words of self-confrontation, what's the matter with you? Why are you discouraged? Why do you have such turmoil inside of you? Why aren't you hoping in God? Now here's what you need to understand. No one talks to you more than you do. You are in a constant conversation with yourself. And the things you say to you, about God, about life, then shape the way you live. We have a tendency to take ourselves off the hook, to argue for the right of what we're thinking, even if what we're thinking is wrong. And sometimes it's very important to be very aware of what you're thinking and to step back and confront those thoughts that are going to discourage you, are going to weaken your faith, are going to bring doubt to God, and obviously then shape in a wrong way the way that you live. There's a pattern of self-confrontation in this psalm, what it looks like. Here's the first thing. Be humble enough to be willing to confront yourself. Don't be your biggest fan. Don't always be your own inner lawyer. I can say this because I have an inner law firm. Second thing, after confrontation, commit to hope in God. You see, when you fail to confront yourself, that's a system of hope in yourself. I don't want to do anything that would break my hope in myself. The way you break that is by putting your hope in God. Third thing, remember God's constant goodness. No matter how great your sin, God will never turn his back on you. He will never walk away in disgust. He will never wish that you weren't his child. He'll never think that you were one of his bad choices, because God doesn't make bad choices. Remember his goodness. And then fourth, resist doubt. Listen, here's the point. You and I are blessed with the righteousness of Jesus. Jesus lived a perfect righteous life on our behalf. He perfectly measured up, listen to me, precisely because God knew that we would not measure up. So confrontation looks like this. Be willing to admit and confess your sin, weakness, and failure. Quit building up hope in you and begin to have hope in God. Remember His unshakable goodness toward you. And resist doubt that would drive you inward, rather upward toward God, to put your rest in Him.